Build yourself in silence. The Hidden Law of Success. Written and published by Echo Elevate. Introduction. Build yourself in silence. The Hidden Law of Success. Silence is not empty. Silence is power. And in a noisy world, the people who learn to build in silence rise the highest. This book begins with a simple truth. Your growth does not need an audience. Your progress does not need applause. What you create in private becomes the strength you reveal in public. Most people live loudly. They announce every plan. They share every step. They chase attention, even before they chase mastery. But real transformation is different. Real transformation happens quietly. It happens within you. It happens long before anyone else can see it. The purpose of this book is to guide you through that quiet path of growth. A path where you build discipline, where you sharpen your identity, where you protect your energy, and where you develop the kind of strength that does not break under pressure. In these chapters, you will learn how silence clears your direction. You will see why private work creates public power. You will discover how to stay focused when life gets loud. And you will understand how to let your results speak for you. This is not a book about hiding from the world. It is a book about building the parts of you that the world cannot shake. It is about choosing growth over noise. It is about choosing intention over distraction. It is about choosing a quiet path that leads to a loud victory. As you listen, you will move from noise to clarity, from hesitation to discipline, from scattered effort to focused action. Each chapter is designed to guide you forward with simple ideas and calm strength. Your journey starts now. A journey of private work. A journey of steady progress. A journey that grows you into someone powerful, capable, and resilient. So take a breath, settle your mind, and step into a new beginning. A beginning where you build yourself in silence, so you can rise with confidence and succeed with purpose. Chapter 1. The Hidden Law of Silent Growth. There is a moment in every person's life when they sense a quiet pull within, a pull toward something deeper, a pull toward a version of themselves that is stronger, wiser, and more capable. This pull often appears when life feels noisy, when the world demands attention, when every voice around you pushes for speed, for proof, for results. But true growth does not begin with noise. It begins with silence. Silent growth is a hidden law. It works beneath the surface. It shapes your character long before it shapes your results. And once you understand this law, you begin to see why the people who rise the highest often work quietly at the start. Think of a seed planted in the soil. Its first steps happen in darkness. There is no applause. There is no spotlight. There is no movement anyone can see. But deep below, the seed is strengthening. It is forming roots. It is preparing for life above the surface. Without that hidden work, it would collapse the moment it meets the sun. Your growth works the same way. Every skill you build, every discipline you develop, and every identity you shape, must first take root in silence. This is the law that so many ignore, yet it is the law that separates those who rise from those who remain stuck. To understand this law more clearly, imagine a young designer named Leon. She dreamed of creating powerful brand identities. At first she shared every idea the moment it came to her mind. She posted her early sketches online. She asked for feedback before the work even took shape. The noise grew louder. Opinions rushed in. Her confidence weakened. The pressure to impress ate away at her creativity. One day, she decided to step back. She created a silent space just for her craft. She worked without posting. She practiced without announcing. She learned without seeking approval. Slowly, she grew stronger. Her skills sharpened, her ideas deepened, and when she finally revealed her work, the difference was clear. It was focused. It was refined. It carried the weight of hours spent in deliberate silence. This is silent growth in action. Silent growth protects your energy. It guards your direction. It removes the pressure of judgment while you are still learning. It gives you room to fail quietly, and then rise again with strength. When you choose silence, you choose mastery over performance. You choose progress over attention. You choose development over distraction. Silent growth also changes how you see yourself. When you work quietly, you begin to understand what motivates you. You see your habits more clearly. You notice where you hesitate and where you shine. This awareness forms the foundation for every transformation that will follow. To begin applying this law in your own life, start with one small step. Choose one area of your growth that you will pursue in silence. It may be a skill, a habit, a fitness routine, a business idea, or a personal change that is meaningful to you. Commit to nurturing it quietly, for a short period, a week, a month, or simply long enough to feel progress. During this time, do not announce it. Do not ask for approval. Do not seek validation. Just grow. You will notice a shift. You will feel more grounded. Your mind will grow calmer. Your focus will sharpen. The pressure of comparison will fade. You will begin to respect your own path more deeply. Silent growth is not a retreat from the world. It is a return to your center. It is the place where real confidence is born. It is the space where you build the parts of yourself that no one can take away. As you move forward through this book, you will learn how to protect your direction, strengthen your discipline, and create a life built on deep, quiet foundations. Every chapter will guide you deeper into this journey. For now, remember this simple truth. The hidden law of silent growth has always been at work, and today, it begins working for you. Chapter 2. Block the noise. Find your direction. There is a reason so many people feel lost today. It is not because they lack talent. It is not because they lack ambition. It is because their lives are filled with noise. Noise from opinions. Noise from social pressure. Noise from endless digital distractions. Noise that grows louder every time you try to focus on yourself. Before you can find your direction, you must learn to block the noise. Direction does not grow in chaos. Direction grows in clarity, and clarity only appears when the outside world becomes quiet enough for you to hear your own thoughts. Think about the first minutes of your morning. Before your mind wakes fully, the world feels calm. Your thoughts are simple. Your senses are clear. You can feel your inner voice speaking without force. But the moment you pick up a phone or scroll through other people's lives, the noise begins. Your thoughts shift from what you want to what others expect. Your energy scatters. Your inner direction fades. Many people spend years living this way, pulled by trends, pulled by the judgments of strangers, pulled by ideas that do not belong to them. When noise controls your mind, you move without purpose. You act without intention. You follow paths that belong to others, not to you. To understand the impact of noise, imagine a young man named Amir. He wanted to start a small business built around his passion for handmade crafts. He had ideas. He had motivation. He had a clear vision of what he wanted to create. But every time he shared his plans, the noise came rushing in. Some people doubted him. Some questioned his skills. Others told him to choose a safer path. He listened. He hesitated. He stepped back from his own dream. One day, while taking a break at a quiet riverside, he noticed something. When the world became silent, his dream returned. It felt alive again. It felt real. It felt like something worth fighting for. That day he made a decision. He would block the noise and follow his direction. He stopped sharing his plans with people who did not understand his vision. He limited his time online. He created a silent space where his ideas could breathe. In that silence he found clarity. In that clarity, he found courage. And in that courage, he built a business that reflected his true purpose. This is the power of blocking the noise. Noise makes you doubt yourself. Silence strengthens your belief. Noise pulls you in random directions. Silence helps you choose the right one. Blocking noise does not mean disconnecting from the world entirely. It means choosing what deserves your attention. It means protecting your mind from inputs that weaken you. It means creating space for your inner direction to rise to the surface. Here are a few simple ways to begin. Start your day in silence. Spend a few minutes without your phone. Let your thoughts settle before the world tries to shape them. Limit the voices you allow into your life. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every criticism reflects your truth. Choose the voices that lift you. Reduce digital clutter. Mute distractions. Control the time you give to scrolling and consuming. Make room for thinking, not reacting. Create focus zones in your day. Short periods where you work without interruptions. These quiet pockets can reshape your entire direction. As you practice blocking the noise, you will feel something shift. Your mind will grow lighter. Your motivation will feel cleaner. Your decisions will become simpler. You will stop chasing everything, and you will start choosing what truly matters. Your direction is already inside you. It has always been there. It becomes clearer when the world becomes quieter. Block the noise. Protect your mind, and let your true direction rise to meet you. Chapter 3. Discipline begins in solitude. There is a special kind of strength that grows only when you are alone. It is quiet. It is steady. It is not born from praise or pressure. It is born from solitude. And this strength is called discipline. Most people think discipline comes from motivation. They wait for the right moment. They wait for inspiration. They wait for a burst of energy that will push them forward. But motivation fades. Inspiration disappears. Energy rises and falls. Discipline, however, grows in the silence where nobody is watching. Solitude is where you meet yourself. It is where your habits reveal themselves. It is where your excuses show their face. When you are alone, there is no one to impress, no one to blame, no one to distract you from the choices you make. This is why solitude becomes the training ground of discipline. Think of an athlete during early morning practice. The stadium is empty. The seats are silent. There are no fans cheering. Yet this is where the real work happens. This is where champions are built. In those early hours, the athlete faces only themselves. Every step, every repetition, every drop of effort is a quiet commitment to their future self. Your life works the same way. The strongest habits you build will appear in your private moments. When the world is still, when you are left with your own decisions, those moments define who you become. To understand this more clearly, imagine someone named Sophia. She wanted to improve her health. She joined a fitness group, posted her goals online, and waited for encouragement. At first, the attention pushed her forward. But when the excitement faded, her commitment faded too. She felt stuck again. One evening, she made a promise to herself. She decided to rebuild her habits quietly. She created a small routine she could follow alone. A short walk at dawn. 10 minutes of stretching. Simple meals prepared with care. There were no updates, no announcements, no audience to celebrate her progress. But something changed. Her discipline grew because she was doing it for herself, not for applause, not for approval, not for attention. 3 months later, her progress was obvious, not because she shouted it, but because silent discipline had reshaped her life. This is the power of solitude. It strips away the noise and leaves you with the truth of your effort. Discipline begins with choosing one small action and repeating it until it becomes a part of you. It does not have to be dramatic. It does not have to be perfect. It only needs to be honest. To start building discipline in your own solitude, try this simple approach. Choose one area of your life that needs structure. A morning routine, a skill you want to practice, a habit that strengthens your health or mindset. Create a small version of that habit. Something you can complete even on a difficult day. Something so simple that excuses lose their power. Practice it alone, without sharing it, without looking for validation, without turning it into a performance. Just show up quietly for yourself. Track your private victories. Write them down if it helps. Each mark is a reminder that you are building a stronger version of yourself. As you repeat this pattern, you will notice a shift. Your confidence will rise. Your focus will deepen. Your sense of control will grow. Discipline will stop feeling like a burden and start feeling like a natural part of your identity. Solitude will not always feel easy. You may feel restless. You may feel uncertain. But these moments are part of the process. They sharpen your mind. They strengthen your character. They show you how much power you carry within. When you learn to stand strong in solitude, you gain a level of discipline that cannot be shaken. You become someone who follows through, someone who stays committed, someone who moves toward their goals even when the world is quiet. This is the discipline that changes your life. This is the discipline that prepares you for everything that comes next. Stand in your solitude. Embrace it. Let it teach you who you can become. Because discipline begins there. And from that single place of quiet strength your entire future starts to rise. Chapter 4. Keep your plans quiet. Protect your energy. There is a moment in every great journey when silence becomes your strongest ally. It is the moment you decide to guard your plans instead of displaying them. It is the moment you realize that not every idea should be spoken aloud. Not every dream should be shared early. Not every step should be exposed before it is ready. Keeping your plans quiet is not secrecy. It is strategy. It is protection. It is a way to preserve your focus and strengthen your energy before the world touches your vision. Many people lose energy, not because they lack passion, but because they leak their plans too soon. They share their intentions with friends, with strangers, and on social media. They speak of what they will do, long before they begin doing it. The moment they share it, they invite noise, opinions and pressure, and with that pressure, their clarity weakens. Every plan you announce becomes heavier. Every opinion you hear becomes a distraction. Every expectation placed on you drains the strength you need to build quietly. Your early plans are fragile. They are like sparks, small, delicate, full of potential, but easily extinguished by doubt, judgment, or misunderstanding. To understand this better, imagine a young software developer named Rehan. He had an idea for a simple app that could help students organize their study habits. The idea excited him. He felt a sudden burst of motivation. Without pause, he shared the idea with a group of friends. Some loved it, Some questioned it. Some compared it to other apps already on the market. Rehan's excitement faded. The weight of other people's thoughts smothered his spark. The idea no longer felt like his. It felt exposed. It felt judged. And he lost the energy to continue. Months passed. Then one day he realized something important. He had shared too early. His idea had not yet grown roots. It needed silence, not approval. This time he kept the idea to himself. He worked alone. Late nights, small steps, quiet progress that no one could see. And in that silence his energy returned. The app slowly came to life. When he finally shared it, it was real, solid, and ready for the world. His success did not come from being loud. It came from being quiet, at the right time. This is the strength of protecting your energy. Every dream requires fuel. Every plan requires focus. Every goal requires inner space to grow. When you guard your plans, you guard that space. Keeping your plans quiet offers 3 important benefits. First, it protects your confidence. Your early ideas are personal. They come from your vision, not from the world's approval. Silence keeps that confidence safe while you build strength. Second, it protects your momentum. Talking about your goals can create an illusion of progress. You feel rewarded for speaking instead of doing. But quiet work keeps you grounded. It keeps your actions honest. It keeps you moving. Third, it protects your energy. Every conversation takes something from you. Every explanation drains focus. Every judgment forces you to defend what is still growing. Silence keeps your energy where it belongs, inside your work. If you want to protect your plans, here are simple steps to begin. Start by sharing less. Not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every idea needs an audience. Keep a private journal for your goals. Write your plans where only you can see them. Let the pages hold your vision. Share only when you reach a solid milestone. Not at the beginning. Not in the middle. Only when the work has taken shape and can stand on its own. Choose a small circle of people you trust deeply. People who listen without judging. People who encourage without controlling. Let them be your support, not the world. Protect your mornings and evenings. Use these quiet times to strengthen your direction. These moments help you stay connected to your purpose. As you practice this, you will feel more powerful. Your energy will become sharper. Your focus will deepen. Your work will gain momentum because it is no longer exposed to draining expectations. Keeping your plans quiet is not about hiding. It is about caring for your vision. It is about understanding that dreams grow best in silence. It is about protecting the energy that fuels your future. When you guard your plans, you protect your ability to rise. You give yourself space to grow strong roots. And when the time comes to reveal your work, you stand before the world with confidence, clarity, and undeniable strength. Build quietly. Protect your energy. Let your results speak in your place. Chapter 5. The Power of Consistent Hidden Work. There is a quiet force that shapes every strong life. It does not shout. It does not seek attention. It does not show itself each day. Yet it moves you forward in ways that others cannot see. This force is consistent hidden work. Hidden work is the effort you put in when no one is watching. It is the small actions you repeat behind the scenes. It is the practice you do without applause. These quiet efforts become the foundation of your success. They give your results depth, strength, and stability. People often admire finished achievements. They admire the business that appears successful. They admire the athlete who performs with confidence. They admire the creator who produces great work. But what they admire is only the surface. Beneath every achievement lies hours of work that no one witnessed. To understand this more clearly, imagine a young guitarist named Elena. When people watched her perform, they saw grace. They saw precision. They saw a calm confidence that looked natural. But her real story was not on the stage. Her real story was in the quiet room where she practiced alone every morning. No audience. No applause. Each day she played the same challenging sections again and again. She listened for mistakes. She shaped her tone. She strengthened her fingers. Most days did not feel exciting. Most days were ordinary. But those ordinary days built extraordinary skill. This is the truth of consistent hidden work. It does not feel dramatic. It does not feel special. It feels steady. It feels simple. Yet it transforms you from the inside out. The world teaches you to focus on results. But real progress is shaped by repetition. Not loud repetition. Not public repetition. Quiet repetition. The kind that slowly rewires your mind and your habits. Hidden work is powerful for 3 reasons. First, it builds mastery. When you practice consistently in private, you sharpen your skill without pressure. You improve because you are focused on the work, not on performing for others. Second, it builds identity. Every small action you repeat becomes part of who you are. If you write every morning, you become a writer. If you train every day, you become an athlete. If you learn something new daily, you become a student of growth. Hidden work shapes your mindset before it shapes your results. Third, it builds momentum. You may not notice progress each day. It may feel slow, but tiny progress stacked over time becomes undeniable. What begins as a small routine turns into a powerful wave that moves your life forward. To integrate consistent hidden work into your life, start with one area that matters deeply to you. Choose something meaningful, a skill, a habit, a personal goal. Do not try to change everything at once. Begin with one small, simple action. Practice it at the same time each day. This strengthens your routine. It signals to your mind that this action is important. It teaches your body to respond naturally. Keep the practice private. In the beginning, do not announce it. Do not seek recognition. Keep it sacred. This privacy protects your focus and allows your work to grow without pressure. On difficult days, do the smallest version of your practice. Even 5 minutes matters. Consistency is more important than intensity. Consistency builds the pattern. Intensity can break it. As the weeks pass, you will notice subtle changes. Your confidence will grow because you will know you are showing up for yourself. Your skills will improve because repetition creates strength. Your direction will become clearer because effort reveals purpose. Hidden work becomes a quiet companion. It supports you. It guides you. It turns your goals into reality through steady, patient effort. There will be days when you feel invisible. There will be days when your progress feels slow. But remember this truth. Every great transformation begins in places the world cannot see. Every powerful version of you is built long before others notice. Consistent hidden work is the unseen engine of success. It is the quiet heartbeat of progress. It is the steady rhythm that moves you closer to the life you want. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep building behind the scenes. Your hidden work will one day speak louder than any words you could ever say. Chapter 6. Remove distractions. Reduce inner noise. There is a kind of noise that does not live outside of you. It lives inside your mind. It fills your thoughts. It pulls your attention away from what truly matters. And today, this inner noise has become one of the greatest obstacles to personal growth. Most people think distractions come only from phones, conversations or notifications. But the truth is deeper. Distractions begin in the mind, long before the world adds its own noise. If your inner world is noisy, your outer world becomes confusing. If your inner world is calm, your outer world becomes clear. Removing distractions is not just about turning devices off. It is about creating space inside yourself. It is about removing the thoughts, fears, and mental clutter that break your focus and weaken your direction. To understand this, imagine a woman named Livia. She wanted to write a book. She set up a beautiful workspace. She bought notebooks, pens, and a quiet lamp. Her phone was off. Her room was silent. But her mind was loud. She worried about whether her writing would be good enough. She replayed conversations from the past. She thought about unfinished tasks. She imagined what others might think. Her environment was peaceful, but her thoughts were not. And because of that inner noise, she could not write a single page. One evening, she decided to do something different. She sat quietly and allowed her thoughts to settle. She breathed slowly. She wrote down every worry, every fear, and every distraction that lived in her mind. As the thoughts touched the paper, they began to lose their power. The noise softened. She felt a deep calm, and in that calm, her writing finally began. This is the truth of inner noise. You cannot create your best work when your mind is crowded. You cannot follow your purpose when your thoughts pull you in many directions. You cannot move forward with clarity when your attention is scattered. Removing distractions begins with awareness. You must notice the things that steal your focus. Some distractions are loud and obvious. Others are quiet and hidden. There are three main types of distractions you must understand. The first is digital distraction. This includes notifications, messages, constant scrolling, and the pull of endless information. These distractions are powerful because they create urgency. They make you react instead of think. They fill your mind with other people's lives instead of your own purpose. The second is emotional distraction. This includes fear, frustration, and unresolved thoughts. These emotions sit quietly in the background, but they drain your energy. They create inner noise that pushes you away from focus. The third is mental clutter. These are unfinished tasks, unclear priorities, and scattered goals. When your mind is full of open loops, you cannot concentrate deeply. Clutter creates chaos. Chaos creates noise. To reduce inner noise, you must create calm within yourself. Here are simple, gentle steps you can begin using today. Start with your environment. Choose one space in your life where you remove every loud distraction. A quiet corner, a clean desk, a room without digital interruptions. Let this space become your place of clarity. Next, calm your mind. Spend a few minutes breathing slowly before you begin important work. This simple pause resets your thoughts. It clears a path for focus. Write down your mental clutter. Put your unfinished tasks on paper. Put your fears on paper. Put your worries on paper. Once they leave your mind, they lose their weight. Set clear boundaries with your devices. Turn off what you do not need. Limit the noise you allow into your life. Make your attention something you protect, not something you give away freely. Finally, create a routine that invites calm. A short morning ritual. A few minutes of quiet reflection. A slow walk without your phone. These small habits clear your inner world and strengthen your direction. As you practice removing distractions, something powerful will happen. Your mind will grow quieter. Your thoughts will become sharper. You will feel more present. You will start completing tasks that once felt overwhelming. You will notice opportunities that once passed you by. Inner calm is not a luxury. It is a requirement for growth. It is the foundation of focus, discipline and purpose. When you reduce inner noise, you hear your own voice again. You hear your ideas. You hear your intuition. You hear the direction that life is calling you toward. Remove the distractions that weaken you. Reduce the noise that clouds your mind. Create space inside yourself, and you will regain the clarity you need to rise. Your mind becomes powerful when it becomes peaceful. Your path becomes clear when your inner world grows quiet. This is how you reclaim your focus. This is how you find your direction. This is how you move toward the life you are meant to build. Chapter 7. Build strong identity in silence. There is a part of you that grows only when life becomes quiet. It is not your skill. It is not your talent. It is not your success. It is your identity, the person you believe yourself to be, the person you are becoming in the deepest, most private places of your life. Identity is powerful because it shapes every choice you make. It decides what you tolerate, what you pursue, and what you walk away from. But identity does not grow well in noise. It grows in silence. In the moments when you step away from expectations and return to who you really are. Most people build their identity through the eyes of others. They shape themselves based on approval. They adjust their personality to avoid judgment. They adopt beliefs that do not belong to them. They wear masks to feel accepted. But masks crack, false identities crumble, and when the noise fades they feel lost. Silence offers a different path. Silence gives you a chance to hear your true voice without interference. It gives you the space to discover what you value, what you stand for, and what you are willing to pursue even when no one claps for you. To understand this more clearly, imagine someone named Daniel. He grew up surrounded by strong opinions. His family expected him to choose a practical career. His friends pushed him toward the same choices they made. Every time he tried to explore something different, he was met with confusion or criticism. Slowly he stopped listening to himself. He followed the crowd until the crowd became his identity. One winter evening, Daniel took a long walk alone. The streets were silent. The air was calm. For the first time in years he heard his own thoughts without interruption. In that quiet moment he realized how much of his life belonged to other people's expectations. Something changed that night. He began giving himself moments of silence each day. Short walks, quiet mornings, small spaces away from judgment. In these moments he rediscovered his original interests. He remembered the goals he once had. He began shaping a new identity, one that came from within, not from outside noise. This transformation did not happen loudly. It happened quietly. It happened in silence, and that silence made it real, stable and strong. Building a strong identity in silence happens through 3 simple movements. The first movement is reflection. You observe your inner world. You ask yourself honest questions. You look at your habits, your desires and your fears. Silence gives you the truth without distortion. The second movement is alignment. You begin acting in ways that match who you want to become. Not dramatic actions. Small choices. Choices that move you closer to your values. Choices that strengthen the identity you are building. The third movement is reinforcement. Every time you follow through in private, your identity becomes stronger. You start to trust yourself. You start to believe in your own path. The world no longer defines you. You define yourself. If you want to build a strong identity in silence, here are simple ways to begin. Create quiet moments where you ask yourself who you want to be, not who others expect you to be, who you want to be. Watch your actions in private. These small behaviors reveal your real identity. Change them gently. Shape them with intention. Choose values that guide your daily life. Honesty, discipline, growth, compassion, clarity. Let these values become your internal compass. Release identities that no longer fit you. You are allowed to outgrow old versions of yourself. You are allowed to choose something new. You are allowed to evolve. Avoid sharing your transformation too early. You do not need instant approval. You do not need external validation. Let your identity mature quietly until it becomes unshakable. As you build your identity in silence, you will notice something powerful. You will begin feeling more grounded. Your decisions will feel consistent. Your actions will feel aligned with your deeper truth. You will start saying yes to things that reflect your values, and no to things that drain your energy. Identity built in silence cannot be taken from you. It cannot be weakened by opinions. It cannot be shaken by criticism. It becomes the core of your strength. When your identity is strong, your direction becomes clear. Your confidence becomes natural. Your life becomes focused. You stop drifting and start leading yourself. Build your identity quietly. Shape it with patience. Strengthen it through private commitment. In that silence, you will discover who you truly are, and who you are capable of becoming. Chapter 8. Let results speak for you. There comes a point in your journey when words lose their power. You can explain your goals 100 times. You can promise change. You can talk about your plans and dreams, but none of it carries the same weight as one solid result. Results speak a language the world understands. They require no introduction. They need no defense. They do not beg for approval. They simply stand on their own. And when your results rise, you rise with them. Most people live loudly at the beginning of their journey. They talk more than they act. They announce their intentions before they lay a foundation. They reveal ideas long before those ideas take shape. But this creates pressure instead of progress. It creates expectations instead of quiet commitment. And those expectations drain energy. Silent progress, however, builds real strength. When you focus on action instead of noise, your time goes into creation, not conversation. Your energy goes into growth, not performance. Your confidence grows because you know you are doing the work even if no one sees it yet. To understand this principle, imagine a man named Aidan. He dreamed of learning digital illustration. When he first began, he told everyone. He shared his excitement. He talked about all the designs he wanted to create. But the more he talked, the less he practiced. His early sketches were shaky. He felt embarrassed. So he hesitated. Eventually he stopped. Months passed. Then one evening, he realized something important. He had talked himself into pressure, and talked himself out of growth. So he tried a new approach. He worked silently. He practiced without showing anyone. He learned from mistakes no one witnessed. Night after night, he created small improvements that slowly rebuilt his strength. 6 months later, he revealed his artwork. People were shocked. The detail, the quality, the confidence in each line. It did not come from noise. It came from hidden practice. Aidan did not speak loudly. His results did. This is the power of silent achievement. It does not demand attention. It earns it. When you let results speak for you, three things happen. First, your credibility rises. People trust what they can see. When your results appear, they reveal the discipline behind them. They show your commitment without a single word. Second, you remove unnecessary pressure. Talking too early traps you. You create expectations before you have strength. But private progress frees you. It allows you to grow without judgment. Third, your results become your shield. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer need to defend your direction. Your work becomes your proof. If you want your results to speak, you must create a mindset that values action over announcement. Here are simple steps to begin. Start doing the work before talking about the work. Let your actions lead the conversation. Commit to one area where you want improvement. Make small, consistent progress. Focus on mastery, not attention. Track your efforts quietly. A notebook, a small list, a daily log. These private records build confidence over time. Hold your vision close until your skills have grown. Your dreams are safest in silence. Let them develop strength before showing them to the world. Reveal your work only when you are proud of the progress. This moment is not about impressing others. It is about honoring your own growth. As you follow this path, you will feel a shift within yourself. You will stop relying on approval. You will stop chasing validation. You will stop explaining your life. Instead, you will build your life. Quiet progress becomes a quiet power. You start to recognize the strength of growing in the background. You feel grounded. You feel steady. You feel ready for the next level of your journey. When your results speak, they speak with clarity. They speak with truth. They speak with a confidence that no conversation can match. So keep building. Keep practicing. Keep shaping your future in silence. Let your results walk into the room before you do. Let your work become your voice. Let your progress become your introduction. Because when you let your results speak for you, the world listens. Chapter 9. Master the art of quiet persistence. There is a certain kind of strength that does not look dramatic. It does not shout. It does not rush. It does not demand attention. Yet it has the power to reshape an entire life. This strength is quiet persistence. Quiet persistence is the ability to keep going, even when progress is slow. It is the ability to show up when excitement fades. It is the ability to move forward without applause, without permission, and without immediate results. It is steady. It is patient. It is powerful. Most people begin with enthusiasm. They start a new habit with energy. They launch a project with excitement. They dream big and speak loudly. But as the days pass, the excitement fades. The work becomes ordinary. The progress becomes invisible, and many people give up before their efforts take root. Quiet persistence is the opposite of this pattern. It is the willingness to continue, even when nothing visible is happening. It is the understanding that growth often hides itself until the right moment. It is the trust that small steps taken daily will create big change over time. To understand the true force of quiet persistence, imagine a man named Marco. He wanted to learn photography. When he first picked up a camera, he struggled. His pictures were blurry. His framing was awkward. His timing felt off. It seemed like he had no natural talent. His friends encouraged him in the beginning, but the support faded as the weeks went on. He felt alone with his new goal. But instead of quitting, Marco chose quiet persistence. Every morning, he took a short walk with his camera. He took pictures of anything he could find: trees, streets, shadows, reflections in windows. Most photos were not good. But he kept going. He did not talk about his progress. He did not expect sudden improvement. He simply showed up each day with quiet consistency. Months passed. One morning, as he reviewed his photos, he noticed something. His shots were clearer. The light looked balanced. The composition felt intentional. He had improved, not in leaps but in layers. Growth had been happening all along, just beneath his awareness. This is how quiet persistence works. It does not feel dramatic. It feels steady. It feels simple, but it transforms you in ways you cannot see from day to day. Quiet persistence teaches you three important truths. First, progress is not always visible. You may feel stuck, even while you are growing. Skills develop in silence. Confidence builds slowly. Clarity forms step by step. Trust the process even when you cannot see it. Second, repetition builds strength. Small actions add up. The more you repeat a behavior, the easier it becomes. Your brain adapts. Your habits solidify. Your identity shifts. Persistence turns effort into routine, and routine into power. Third, you do not need permission to continue. You are allowed to move at your own pace. You are allowed to grow quietly. You are allowed to progress without validation. Quiet persistence frees you from external expectations. To build quiet persistence in your own life, begin with small, realistic steps. Choose one area you want to improve. Break it into actions so simple you cannot avoid them. Keep your commitment small, but keep it daily. Track your effort gently. A quick note, a simple check mark, a quiet reminder that you showed up. Over time, these small marks become proof of your growth. When discouragement appears, remind yourself that persistence does not rely on feeling motivated. It relies on the decision to continue. Even 5 minutes of effort maintains your momentum. Protect your energy by avoiding comparison. Your journey is unique. Your pace is personal. Your growth has its own rhythm. Stay focused on your next step, not on someone else's results. As you lean into quiet persistence, you will feel an inner shift. Your mind will grow stronger. Your patience will deepen. Your belief in yourself will rise. You will begin to trust your ability to follow through. This trust becomes the foundation for everything you will achieve. Quiet persistence is not about speed. It is about endurance. It is about rhythm. It is about refusing to stop when progress feels invisible. One day the world will notice your results. They will see strength that took years to build. They will admire what you created, but they will never fully understand the quiet persistence behind it. Your job is not to make them understand. Your job is to continue, steady, patient, quiet, and powerful. Because when you master the art of quiet persistence, there is very little in life you cannot achieve. Chapter 10. Transform your life from the inside out. Transformation does not begin on the outside. It does not start with new tools. It does not start with new goals. It begins within you, deep in the places where your thoughts, habits, and beliefs shape the course of your life. When you change your inner world, your outer world follows. Many people try to transform their lives by rearranging external things. They change their routine. They change their environment. They change their plans. But without inner change, these external shifts fade quickly. The same old habits return. The same doubts reappear. The same patterns take over again. Real transformation begins quietly. It begins in the parts of you that nobody sees. It begins in your thoughts, in your decisions, in the silent promises you make to yourself. This inner work shapes the life you build on the outside. To understand how powerful inner change can be, Imagine a woman named Mira. She felt stuck for years. She changed jobs, moved cities, and tried new routines. Every change helped for a while, but nothing lasted. She kept returning to the same frustrations, the same fears, the same limitations. One evening, while sitting alone with her thoughts, Mira realized something important. Her environment had changed many times, but her mind had not. Her beliefs remained the same. Her stories about herself remained the same. Her habits remained the same. And as long as her inner world stayed unchanged, her outer world would always return to its old patterns. So she made a new commitment. She stopped trying to fix everything outside of her. She focused on what was happening within. She changed how she spoke to herself. She changed how she approached fear. She changed how she responded to challenges. Within months her life took a new direction. Not because the world changed first, but because she did. This is how transformation works. When you shift internally, your choices shift, your energy shifts, your confidence shifts, and these shifts create new results in every part of your life. Transforming yourself from the inside out begins with awareness. Awareness reveals the thoughts that guide your actions. It reveals the habits that shape your days. It reveals the beliefs you carry, often without noticing. Ask yourself simple but powerful questions. What do I believe about myself? What stories do I repeat in my mind? What habits keep me stuck? What habits move me forward? These questions open the door to change. The next step is intention. Once you see your patterns clearly, you can choose new ones. You can create habits that support your growth. You can replace destructive thoughts with balanced, honest ones. You can choose responses that reflect the person you want to become. Inner intention leads to outer transformation. After intention comes practice. This is where transformation becomes real. You show up for yourself day after day, with small, consistent changes. You speak to yourself with more clarity. You follow through on meaningful habits. You take responsibility for your choices. With every private action, a new identity forms. Transformation is not dramatic. It is subtle. It is layered. It grows with each honest decision you make. There are 3 powerful shifts that support inner transformation. First, shift your self-talk. Your inner voice becomes your compass. Speak with encouragement. Speak with honesty. Speak with calm direction. Your words shape your mindset. Second, shift your habits. Habits are the roots of your identity. Change one small habit at a time. Your life will follow. Third, shift your standards. Raise the expectations you have for your own effort. Not in a harsh way, in a focused way. Strong standards create strong outcomes. As these 3 shifts take place, your outer world begins to mirror your inner strength. You start to feel more grounded, more aligned, more in control of your path. Your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become healthier. Your goals become easier to pursue because you are no longer fighting yourself. Transforming your life from the inside out also means letting go. Letting go of old identities that no longer fit. Letting go of expectations that limit you. Letting go of patterns that drain your energy. This release creates space for new growth. In time you will notice something powerful. The world around you will shift in ways that feel natural. Better opportunities will appear. Better habits will form. Better results will come. Not because you forced them, but because your inner world became strong enough to support them. Inner change is the core of every lasting transformation. It is the quiet foundation that holds everything else together. When you work on yourself privately, patiently and intentionally, You build a life that feels aligned with your true purpose. Transform from within. Strengthen your mind. Shape your habits. Lift your standards. Then watch as your outer world rises to meet the person you have become. This is how you build a life that grows from the inside out. Quietly, steadily, powerfully. Conclusion. Build quiet. Rise strong. You have walked through a journey that most people never take. A journey inward. A journey into silence. A journey that reveals how true strength is built away from noise and distraction. This path is not loud. It is not public. It is not driven by applause. It is shaped within you. Quietly, steadily, powerfully. Everything you have learned in this book comes back to one simple truth. Your greatest growth does not happen in front of others. It happens when you are alone with your thoughts, your habits, and your choices. It happens when you create space to hear your own voice. It happens when you trust silence more than approval. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is creation. It is the place where plans mature. It is the place where discipline strengthens. It is the place where identity forms. It is the place where persistence grows. And it is the place where transformation begins. You now understand the hidden law that guides every meaningful achievement. Build quietly. Protect your energy. Focus on consistent effort. Let your results rise at their own time. Let your character grow in private. Let your habits take root beneath the surface. In a world that celebrates loudness, you are choosing a different way. You are choosing depth instead of noise. You are choosing discipline instead of distraction. You are choosing direction instead of confusion. You are choosing growth that is solid and honest and real. The person you are becoming is shaped by what you do when nobody is watching. Every quiet moment of focus, every small private practice, every decision to stay steady. These moments create a life built on strength, clarity, and intention. As you move forward, remember this: you do not need permission to grow. You do not need validation to continue. You do not need to announce your journey. Your quiet work is enough. Your hidden progress is enough. Your consistent effort is enough. Stay patient with your path. Stay loyal to your vision. Stay committed to the silent work that shapes your future. Over time, your results will rise. Your discipline will rise. Your identity will rise. And you will rise with them. The world may not see your beginning. The world may not see your struggles. The world may not see your private victories. But the world will see your transformation. Build quiet, rise strong, and step into the life that only you can create.